Believe it or not, this burger does honestly have the taste and look of a genuine fast food burger. It borrows techniques used on a 1950s old-fashioned smash burger, which back then was really the best way to eat a burger, and it is a completely different genre from the restaurant-style burgers we're more used to these days. And while we may break a few rules for my viewers that do not have a cast iron skillet or a grill press, once we add some American cheese and animal sauce, this burger will truly give you a nostalgic burger stand experience. So if you are craving this American classic, let's get into how I make an In-N-Out burger. Let's start with that wonderful animal sauce. Lots of burger joints have their own take on their own version of special sauce, and they all have different names for it. Take like animal sauce, Big Mac sauce, Freddy's fry sauce, but essentially they are all some kind of mixture of mayonnaise and ketchup. On top of that, you can also add other things like I do. I like to add Dijon mustard, some diced pickle, grilled onion, pickle brine, and of course, a shake of salt and pepper. And all of those measurements will be listed below. Now let's take a look at our meat. I have 1 pound of ground beef. That is 90% lean, 10% fat. 80% lean, 20% fat. Ground beef does have more flavor to it. However, since I'm smashing these burgers without a proper grill press, it can be tricky to smash them without the hot fat splattering all over your hands and without them shrinking. However, if you have a higher pain tolerance than I do, or if you have a grill press, using 80-20 meat is definitely more traditional. But since I do not have a grill press, and I'm a baby when it comes to grease splatters on my skin, I like to use 90-10. I divide my meat up into eighths, and I just roll those into little meatballs. So now we're going to heat up our non-stick skillet. Traditionally, you would use a cast iron or a griddle, but I understand that not everyone has those things. So we are just going to cheat a little and use a non-stick. If you have a cast iron skillet or a griddle, feel free to use it though. And I promise this is the last rule I will break. I put my skillet on medium-high heat, and I wait several minutes for it to get hot. It is super important to wait for your pan to get hot. Dropping your patties into a cold pan is going to give you a drab gray patty, as opposed to a beautifully seared patty, so give your skillet lots of time to heat up. While I'm waiting for my pan to get hot, this is a great time to toast some buns. On medium heat, I melt some butter in a separate skillet. I throw my buns on, and I'm very patient while I wait for those to toast. Toasting our bun in butter is really going to add a lot of flavor to our bread, so try not to skip this step. When my skillet is hot, I drop in my meatballs. For this skillet, I can only fit 2 at a time. I make an X with 2 of my biggest spatulas, and I crush my patties as thin as I can get them, and I hold that down for about 15 to 20 seconds. Let that cook for 2 minutes on one side. After 2 minutes, scraping as close as I can to the pan, I use my spatula and give that a flip. Crushing the patty like that helps us give this gorgeous crust. Let the other side cook for another 2 minutes. I add my American cheese slices at the end. I know some people are not a fan of American cheese. However, nothing melts nor screams 1950s fast food like American cheese. We loved our plastic-like cheese back then. For a little more flavor, I love letting my cheese touch the skillet and letting it cook for a little while until it darkens and caramelizes. That little bit of caramelized cheese adds so much to our cheeseburger. I think this technique is called a cheeseburger skirt, but my cheese slice is not as big as what's used in a real skirted cheeseburger, so I guess it's more of a mini skirt. Spread some animal sauce on your toasted buns, and the best thing about these patties is that they are thin enough to stack, so bring on the double doubles, the triple triples, or even the 4x4s. Because there is no judgment here. Add your favorite veggies. Also, right here is a shot of my burger's mini skirt. Well, I guess it's more like a shot up it. So let's cut to a more appropriate shot. There we go, and that is ready to enjoy. Anyways, I hope you give this recipe a try. And if you liked this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, because I make a new video every single week. Also, if you want behind the scenes of my recipes, be sure to follow my Twitter and Instagram linked below. And as always, thank you so much for watching.